Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share videos with a couple of friends. We're trying to reach 500 subscriptions, and every subscription helps us out with that goal. So we got a new trailer for Sinners, the Ryan Coogler film starring Michael B. Jordan. And I must say, Buttons let me know about this film. Obviously, I heard some things about it, didn't really watch the trailer, but I did watch the trailer once we had a discussion about it because, you know, it just kind of piqued my interest what she was saying about it. And when I did watch the first trailer, I was moderately impressed with it. I've seen a lot of horror trailers as of recently this year. I don't know if Hollywood is starting to make that adjustment, as I said they might do, where they just shift to horror films because they don't cost that much to make. People are interested in them without knowing too much about them, and the ROI is really good on them. And I just noticed with multiple trailers that were focused on the horror genre, I'm seeing these trailers, and a lot of these trailers are extremely vague. They are obscure. They don't tell you everything about the plot. They don't really show you, I guess you'd say, the monster or things per se like that. You don't really know too much, and I like how they're doing that with these trailers now. We just need that type of approach shifted upon all of the films across all genres, because we've talked about it multiple times, and I know people that have been to the theater and have seen movies even that they're excited for. Once they've watched the trailer, they felt like the trailer gave them everything that they needed to know before the film even came out, and they felt like they knew probably about 70 to 80% of what was going to happen in the film before even watching it. So I do like that these horror trailers are kind of sticking to not actually telling you too much. Like I said, I've seen at least 3 or 4 trailers that were horror-centric, and they didn't tell me much about the film. So I do like that, and I hope it becomes a thing moving forward with films that we get this year. But let's read into this article from WOR. We did get a new trailer about 3 to 4 days back. I did not watch that second trailer. Like I said, based off what I saw in the first trailer, I was interested in the film. I felt like maybe the second trailer was at risk of letting me know a little too much about the film. Maybe it didn't let anybody know too much, but I personally have not watched it. But yes, that second trailer is out, and I will link it in the description for anybody that may be interested. Maybe you didn't see the first trailer, you haven't heard anything about this film, so at least you can get your feet wet by watching one trailer so you have some type of idea what's going on with this film. Let's read into the article. Even if the Black Panther movies do nothing for me, Ryan Coogler directed the hell out of 2015's Creed, and he's now finally back to non-IP storytelling for the first time since his 2013 debut, Fruitvale Station. Coogler's Sinners, which ironically he wants to turn into a franchise, is set up for an April 18th theatrical release via Warner Brothers. The first full-length trailer has been released. It's also Coogler's first film shot on celluloid since Fruitvale. For whatever it's worth, I've been hearing mixed things about Sinners, which has had test screenings a few times already. Based on what few people have said, the consensus seems to be that of a messy film, which unevenly balances a handful of genres. The story has to do with 2 cousins, Elijah and Elias, who try to leave their troubled lives behind and head south after spending years in Capone-inflicted Chicago. They return to their hometown where slavery was recently abolished, but the KKK still looms large. Jordan's performance is said to be a standout, and there's a romance that sparks between one of the cousins and Haley Steinfeld's Mary. Meanwhile, the film heavily focuses on another character, Miles Canton, Sammy. Sammy's father tells him to follow the path of God, but there's temptation to join the twins for a life of sin. As far as the vampire elements go, the bloodsuckers only appear in spurts throughout the film. Okay, so we got some details there. There's vampires in this film. I guess those are going to be the monsters. But like I said, in the first trailer, they don't show that. I have heard that this film is about vampires. Hopefully that's not spoiling much for anybody here, but yeah, that looks like this is what it's about. Sinners, which wrapped production in early summer, sparked one of the hottest bidding wars in recent memory and had Warner Brothers finally landing the rights in February 2024. The budget on the film is said to be around $90 million. If the film's a hit, it should do well. $90 million for a horror film, probably on the high side, to be quite honest. Not surprising, seeing as how it's Warner Brothers backing this film. We'll have to see how this film does. I think this film will be decent. I will be watching it in April. $90 million, though, not too high, but for a horror film, that's pushing it. So hopefully it does do well. Like I said, I will link the trailer in the description. As far as test screenings go, we're going to take those with a grain of salt. We've heard good and bad things about test screenings. And test screenings are like reviews. You have critics' reviews, and then you have your public audience reviews from your typical typical moviegoer. And sometimes those things vary. We've seen it all before. So, like I said, as far as the test screenings go, okay, they say it's a messy movie, this and that. That's very vague. We're not going to take that too seriously at this point. Want to see what your audience says about this film. Once it gets closer to release, maybe some people get a sneak peek at it and you hear some things from them, but random things from test screenings or random people, we don't have any names. None of these people are said to be connected to any real studio or any insider publication. We're not going to take it seriously. With that being said, ladies and gents, let me know what you think about this film. Let me know if you've heard anything about this film. If you have heard about it and you're excited about it, let me know down in the comments. Ring the bell for notifications if you have subscribed to our channel so you can keep getting cool updates like this from me, Neff. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do that right now. Share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. Let them know to subscribe and ring that bell as well. And with that being said, ladies and gents, be safe. It's Neff signing off.